Hey everyone, it's Annie from Annie Unleashed. Have you ever received a refund from your taxes and realized you owe money to the government? Or maybe you have debt on your credit cards and wondered, what do I do? What do I pay first? I don't want to owe any money to the government, but I'm really tired of these high interest rates on these credit cards with the banks. So what do? I had a conversation just this morning with somebody who was referred to me who's going through major life transitions. They're going through a divorce, they're having some career changes, there's a lot happening. Financial changes as well, some instability there. And that's the exact situation that they found themselves in. They got a refund from last year's taxes, but the taxes from a few years ago were audited and now they were told that they owe money. So what do they do with this refund? Do they just pay back all the money that they owe the government, or do they start to tackle some of the high interest debt? This person has a bit of debt, a couple credit cards, a little bit of debt on a line of credit, pretty normal stuff. I see this all the time. And the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, recently audited them for something a few years ago. Turns out they needed to pay some money back, and that happens too. I've seen that as well. So they have credit cards at double-digit interest rates, so like 20, 25%, 18%, really high. They don't have huge balances, but they have really high interest rates. And then they owe this money to the government. And one of the things that I hear a lot is, well, I'm just going to pay the government because I don't want to owe them anything. But what they don't realize, you can actually come up with an arrangement with the Canada Revenue Agency when you owe some taxes. They will come up with a plan, an installment plan, and they might charge you a bit of interest, but it's somewhere between like 5 and 7%, depending on the situation. I mean, the emotional reaction to wanting to pay the government back at the taxes because you don't want to owe them money is really, really interesting and very common. Because while you're owing debt on credit cards that are like 18 to 25% interest, somehow people feel more comfortable with that and owing the bank's money than owing the government money. So the advice that I gave to this person today was, hold on, don't just take your thousands of dollars of refund and pay the government right back. You will, but maybe let's do this a little bit more strategically. So what this would look like is come up with a payment plan, confirm the interest rate with the government, come up with an installment plan, and stretch it as far as you can, as far as they're willing to let you. Right? They're willing to work with you because they're going to get the money, but you also have to think about the reality of your situation. We've got somebody who's a single parent, who's going through separation, divorce. There's finances that are kind of tied up temporarily, but there's no certainty in when that's coming out. There's some career changes happening. So there's some financial unpredictability for that person's mental health. And now they owe money based on a tax audit from a few years ago. So it's better to pay off your highest interest rate credit cards. If you're going to have, say, $10,000 in a refund or even $5,000 and you owe money on your credit cards that's anywhere between like 18 to 25%, pay those first, or take a good chunk of that, a majority of your refund, and put the money towards that. Because the interest that you're going to be charged on a 25% interest rate credit card is going to significantly impact you. That's going to be a bigger hit to you over the coming months as the interest rate keeps racking up and becomes more of your minimum payment than actually paying down the amount you originally spent on the credit card. So put your money towards that. Come up with a payment plan with the CRA. They're willing to work with you. The interest rate is so low that it's something that you could carry versus 25%, 20% interest on your credit card. I get the feeling of, I don't want to owe anybody anything. I get that. But you've made the decisions, you've spent the money, and now you owe it back. But if you're going to pay it back and do it in a smart way, look at the interest rate. Look at your high interest rate, your low interest rate. See if the places, the companies, the institutions that you have debt with can come up with a plan that's workable, that works with your life, with what's happening. We all go through tough spots. I have. Even though I'm a certified financial planner, I've made money mistakes too, because money mistakes are emotional. Money decisions are emotional. If you figure out the foundation of what's driving your financial decisions, what's influencing the decisions that you're making in general, then a lot can turn around for you. Now, it helps to have someone who understands how money works, like myself, guide you and educate you on some of the things that you need to know and how they work, things to ask, and then make an educated decision. That's the key. You want to make an educated decision. You want to consider your emotions, your values for sure, but money decisions should always be made with education, with information. And sometimes you don't even know where to start. You don't know where to look. You don't even know who to talk to first. Luckily, this person was referred to me. Not only do I understand her situation as someone who's going through divorce and is a single parent, but also someone who's been through some tough financial situations and had to build her way back. So if this is you, please take a step back. Reach out to somebody who knows more than you. It's the best way to learn and to elevate yourself as well. And instead of you positioning yourself maybe unknowingly in a corner, putting yourself in a jam that is even harder to get out of, talk to somebody who's informed, who has the experience and the knowledge to figure out how you can do it in a really smart way and still pay back all your creditors, but also make it work for your everyday life. So I just wanted to share that experience with you today. If you have any questions, type in the comment section, in the chat. Feel free to direct message me if you're on LinkedIn with me, and I can help you out for sure. The numbers are temporary. This is not your forever situation. You can change your life around. This isn't your forever story. Things can get better. This too shall pass. So I hope this helped you. This is Annie Unleashed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.